So this video is going to get bright after a certain amount of time. After I'm done with this post, we're going to move over to the actual statement from Twitch. And unfortunately, that screen is pure white. So I'll give you another warning when I am actually swapping over to that. Just be aware that I know of the site that we're going to have to swap to for the information does not have a dark mode. But it's actually almost midnight. So it could have been a midnight musing, but I want to make sure that I have all of the information and anything relative to this topic before I put the video out. But it got out that Twitch is pulling out of South Korea. So I saw this post by Sinsian. I follow them on Twitter. No net neutrality in Korea. Telecommunications companies charge massive network usage fees to Twitch. So Twitch is shutting down here next year. So the post itself says, this morning I shared with our community in Korea that we've made the difficult decision to shut down the Twitch business in Korea on February 27th, 2024, Korean Standard Time. We understand that this is extremely disappointing news, and we want to explain why we made this decision and how we are planning to support those impacted. This is a gigantic, colossal deal for more than just streamers in Korea, viewers of streamers in Korea, but I'll get to that later. Ultimately, the cost to operate Twitch in Korea is prohibitively expensive, and we have spent significant effort working to reduce these costs so that we could find a way for the Twitch business to remain in Korea. First, we experimented with a peer-to-peer model for source quality. Then we adjusted source quality to a maximum of 720p. While we have lowered costs from these efforts, our network fees in Korea are still 10 times more expensive than in most other countries. That means that for whatever reason, the Amazon-owned platform of Twitch is being charged exorbitantly more than they are in other countries. Now, I don't know if this is a relative thing to Korea's currency value or what the deal with that is at this moment, but according to Twitch, they're being taken to the bank. Twitch has been operating in Korea at a significant loss, and unfortunately there is no pathway forward for our business to run more substantially in that country. To all our global communities, we want to make it clear that this is a unique situation. Operating costs in Korea are significantly higher than they are in other countries, and we have been open about this challenge for some time. I will admit to my ignorance here. I have absolutely no idea. I didn't know. This is the first I've ever heard of it. Hopefully someone in the comments can fill in some of the gaps as to what exactly it is that's costing them so much money and maybe how long they've been going through it. Because I'm an outsider to this. This is new to me. The amount of damage that this is going to do to the esports scene is unfathomable. Not only do you have a very large StarCraft scene in Korea, but you also have to remember that you have things like Valorant and League of Legends, Hearthstone, Counter-Strike. I mean, South Korea is very, very, very prominent when it comes to competitive video games. So, oh my goodness. Organizing for esports, oh geez, that's so bad. So many competitors, how would you say that? So many people who compete in these tournaments and these large organizations, are they going to be able to get the same amount of traffic? Are they going to be able to get the same sponsorships? Sure, Twitch doesn't run that sort of thing, but the exposure that they get from just streaming what they do on Twitch is huge. I mean, not being able to get ad revenue for the ads that run on their channels and all of that stuff, this is really, really, really bad. Originally, I was going to just go with this and kind of talk about why this is such a big deal, but I thought to myself, there's a more full statement from Twitch. A few more details, and we're gonna go see that directly from the horse's mouth. I wanted to just quickly throw in this little bit of information that as of May 2018, Twitch had over 27,000 partner channels. 2023, Twitch was the 37th most visited website in the world, with 20% of its traffic coming from the United States, followed by Germany with 7%, and South Korea with 5.49%. So, 5.4% of... Wait, hold on. 5.4% of Twitch's overall traffic came from Korea. You can't just cut that and not feel the effects. That's what I mean when I say that there are going to be shockwaves. That's exactly what I mean. You're losing 5.49% of your traffic, potentially. Again, it's not like they're losing access to the site or anything, but still, you think that they're going to want to interact when they can't buy subs, be gifted subs? I'm sure they'll be glad that there's no ads. Shoot, I would be glad for there being no ads, but everything else, yeah, no, that's a net negative right now. So again, the screen is about to get real bright. Hopefully you can see the text on the screen. I'm gonna read it out. Users in Korea recommended actions, but let's start at the top. Supporting users in Korea through the shutdown of Twitch in Korea. They have a bit of a timeline overview. So, 2023, that's right now, announcement that the Twitch business in Korea will be shutting down on the 27th of February. In 2024, streamers who have selected Korea as their onboarding country will no longer be able to monetize through Twitch. They will no longer be able to monetize through Twitch products. Viewers in Korea will no longer be able to make purchases on Twitch in Korea. So that's between the 26th and 27th of February. So, as we go into March of 2024, streamers who have selected Korea as their country of residence during onboarding will receive their final payout. And then in June, affiliates and partners will be off-boarded from Twitch. Now, I assume that this means that they're just not going to be able to get paid. Off-boarding? Does that mean that they're not going to be able to access the platform at all? Or what's the situation with that? Okay, December 6th, announcement that affiliate partner onboarding is restriction. All streamers and community members in Korea will receive notice via email of the decision to shut down. Users may no longer select Korea as their country. After this date, other streaming services may announce welcome programs for Twitch streamers in Korea. I wish they had some names. Streamers are encouraged to simulcast and share links to their channels on other services to facilitate the migration of their communities. Twitch will no longer enforce Section 11.2 of the simulcasting guideline against streamers in Korea. So, that rule that Twitch has had for partners where they don't want you to simulcast to different platforms, they're like, nah, you can go for it. But only for people who have Korea selected as their country of residence. You do not provide links or other, so they listed here, Section 11.2 means you do not provide links or otherwise direct your community to leave Twitch for your simulcast on other services. Okay, automatic affiliate program invitation emails may still be sent. However, streamers will be unable to select Korea as their onboarding country. So, The recommended actions before the next milestones are: streamers in Korea should verify their payout information to ensure a smooth final payout. Ensure your payout status is marked as payable. Okay, so that's all monetization stuff. Make sure that you get your money if you're a streamer in Korea. February 27th, monetization disabled on Korean streamer channels and or Korean viewers. So on this date, streamers who have selected Korea as their country of residence will no longer be able to monetize using Twitch products. No ads will play or be shown on their channel. Users in Korea will no longer be able to purchase Twitch products such as subscriptions, gift subs, bits, or turbo. Active recurring subscriptions will be set to do not renew. Users in Korea viewing monetized channels of streams outside of Korea will no longer be eligible to receive gift subs purchased by others outside of Korea. So they'll still be able to watch people outside of Korea, but they will not be able to receive gift subs or purchase subs. Streamers in Korea should continue to ensure their payout method is up to date. Final payout will happen March 16th. June affiliate. So in June, affiliate partners. So this is kind of just going into more detail as what we just read on the timeline above. Account recoveries, refund requests. Streamers in Korea will continue to receive their payout as usual. So it doesn't appear as though they're being restricted from streaming, nor does it seem like they'll be restricted from viewing. It just means that what they're able to interact with will be greatly limited. And that's a big problem. And I feel really bad about that situation. I don't know if this is something that the Korean government is handling, or if this is directly because of Korean internet service providers. But either way, it's a crappy situation for everyone involved. And I mean that because Twitch has until February, March-ish, to make sure that everyone's payments are in order. And making a big system change like that isn't the hardest thing on the planet, but it's also not easy. So I can just about guarantee you that there are going to be a lot of prominent streamers in Korea who aren't going to get paid properly or on time. It's going to be an infrastructure nightmare. And I imagine that a lot of people who aren't in Korea are going to get swept up in the mix of it. You can't just isolate a part of a thing and not have any consequences to that. So I imagine that Twitch is going to get really buggy when it comes to people and their pay around February to maybe April of next year. But more importantly than just that, alienating an entire country from a platform that's been so prevalent for so long, the shockwaves from that, I just can't even imagine. A lot of other nations have net neutrality, yes, but this is also kind of a problem because if this can happen in Korea, where else can people get the rug pulled out from under them? How many more content creators and how many more viewers are going to have to scramble to make arrangements because of things that they can't control? Think about that, because you never really know who will be affected by certain things. I had absolutely no idea that Sin was in Korea. Not that that was any of my business. Not trying to dox anyone, of course, but you know, it sucks. You don't want to see people, you know, cut loose like that, especially when it's something that they have no control over. And there are people who are maybe outside of Korea who have a very large Korean fan base. You know, what's going to happen with that? Now, all of a sudden, if you had a large amount of people, a large amount of supporters who are in Korea now they can't support you anymore. So this is all stuff that we have to keep in mind of, and again, it's not like there's a whole lot that we can really do, but just remember who owns your platform, because the people who own your platform unfortunately own your content. And if they own your content, then they can do pretty much whatever they want with it. Whether it be strike it down, remove it, censor it, whatever you want to call it. This is a bad situation, and even for me, as somebody who's not Korean or in Korea, I predict that this will be very, very problematic for all of Asia, if not the entire platform. Now, I was prepared to blame Twitch. For a second, I thought that it was because they were being greedy, but it sounds like they're the ones who have really tried their best to offset some of the costs that have just gone out of control. And I'm not familiar with any other streaming platforms or Koreans, because why would I be? But I do have quite a bit of experience with streaming platforms that have tried to rival Twitch. You remember Mixer. We're dealing with Kick. Not Picarto. Gosh, I can't even remember that other one. But it's not easy. It's not easy to have a streaming platform that does all of the things that Twitch does. So, even if they are able to jump ship, it's not going to be the same. It can never be the same. But here's hoping that they manage to make that jump and make something out of it. Wish them the best, and if you do know of any Korean streaming alternatives to Twitch, be sure to spread it around, because a lot of people are going to get lost in the sauce because of this. I don't even know if streaming to YouTube is an option in Korea. I mean, I can't imagine it not being. But streaming to YouTube and streaming to Twitch is a completely different ballgame. And there's a lot of qualities of life that are going to not be there. But anyway, I've said enough. Let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. Any information you have would be greatly appreciated. I'd also like to check out some Korean platforms, if you know of any. I don't speak any Korean, so it's not like I can just type this in and immediately be hit with all of the best locations. So your help would be greatly appreciated, your thoughts and opinions, and as always, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys later.